Alright, what's up, guys? This is my first video on the channel. Maybe I might do it on my other channel that still has a video. Today I'm ranking the NFL quarterbacks for the 2022 NFL season. There's some backups in here, but only a few guys that could win in a competition against their starter. And I'm going to do this kind of fast because I kind of have it laid out already, because I did a 50-minute video on it, and I didn't record my audio. So I'm back. Let's just see how it goes. I guess I'm gonna go in order that they're presented to me. So Jimmy Garoppolo, I'm gonna put in decent. He sucks. Will never be a top guy. Still, could get into the trash category, but I think right now decent is where he's at. I don't think he can really get out of decent ever. I think he's just stuck where he is. Not a good QB who should and will be replaced very soon. Next up, Matt Ryan. I put him in good. So, put Matt Ryan in good. I think he's a little above average. I think he's good. Yeah, obviously. He'll win you games, I think, and do it with good stats and look pretty good doing it. No homo. But I don't think he'll ever be like the reason why you want it. That makes sense. I think he just helps them out. He does more good than bad for the team, so that's why he's on average. But he'll never impress you, really. So I feel like that's pretty close to the definition of good. He does well, doesn't impress. That's where he's at. Kirk Cousins, almost the same exact situation. I'm going to rank them in the category. I'm going to put them in order, so I think Kirk Cousins is better than Matt Ryan's. So I'm going to put Kirk Cousins first. Good QB. Won't ever be looked at, I don't think, as a great quarterback. I know Vikings fans think he's close to God. I think he was 27-2 last year, maybe, touchdown interception ratio, which is awesome. But he also has some great wide receivers: Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson. I think Justin Jefferson's really good. I'm gonna do every position group probably, eventually. Good, not great. Like I said, will play good. Does more good for your team than bad. Won't be that guy. Won't ever win you a championship. I think good is also probably where the championships end. Like, MVP to great can win you a championship. Bring you to a Super Bowl. Not good. I know Matt Ryan also had a MVP and a Super Bowl chance, or went to the Super Bowl but did not win, I should say. That's in the past though. I believe that was 2016. Long gone. The magic is long gone for him. Kenny Pickett. I put him in decent. He's a first-round pick, the only quarterback first-round pick in this past year's draft. I'd rather have him than Jimmy Garoppolo, so he's above him. But right now, he doesn't really impress me. I think he could be probably above average, probably where Matt Ryan is on the board. I also think he could really struggle and just be really similar to Jimmy Garoppolo as well. Just kind of a guy who's there, should be replaced, but just hasn't been. And I feel like, that's just how it is for him. Joe Burrow, put him in great. Not elite, not MVP. I think he can. His ceiling is definitely MVP. Could be a top quarterback in the league. Right now, though, I feel like great just fits him. What he did last year with the Bengals was great. He was the first overall pick in 2020, for a reason. But that's just where he is. That's where he's going to stay, I think, for now. And some people put him in top 3. He's not that right now. But he's definitely top 10, I'd say. Justin Herbert, in a very similar boat. I think he is perfect right next to Joe Burrow, honestly. Probably just below Joe Burrow. Still a top 10 quarterback, though. Still could be that MVP caliber player. I don't think he hit his ceiling yet. I think he's only getting better. I think it's going to keep going that way. And I'm so excited to see Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert play each other for the rest of their careers. Derek Carr, also in great. However, there's a gap between Justin Herbert. Derek Carr is more over here. Derek Carr, Justin Herbert, very good players. I feel like Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow have more explosiveness than Derek Carr. I feel like Derek Carr is more of a, I almost want to say boring player, but that seems unfair to say that. But I'm going to say it anyway. Boring, really good player, but lacks the ability to be a elite playmaker. I think great is where he'll stay for a few more years, then drop down to good. A few years of there, then average. Don't think he'll ever reach elite again, as he was in 2016, I believe, 2015. Jared Goff. I'm looking at my phone, by the way, because I took a picture of it before, and then I realized didn't record my audio. Average. I feel like he's perfectly average. He's an average player in the NFL. He'll help you win. He'll help you lose. He's just there, and you can do better, but you can do worse, and that's what average is, isn't it? He's just there. Mac Jones, I feel like in a similar spot. I'm gonna put him above because he had some short-term success, not short-term, early success, I should say. Hopefully short-term, because fuck the Patriots. Could be a good player. I don't think he'll reach greatness. I think average is just where he'll stay. Just kind of a game manager. I think that's fair to say. That's not really too far off from what people expect from him. It's always hard because, I always hear Patriots fans obviously being, oh, he's the greatest, he's top 10. He's not that yet. Nor will I think he'll reach that. But Patrick Mahomes, I'm gotta look at my phone. I know he's the MVP caliber player. Playmaker, explosiveness, electric. Few words to describe Patrick Mahomes. He'll win you more games than he'll lose you. And, honestly, Patrick Mahomes doesn't lose games often, honestly. So I feel like putting him in MVP. Top 5 player and top 5 quarterback. Maybe a top 5 player. I'm sure you can have an argument for who's the best player. But Patrick Mahomes is definitely up there. Mitch Trubisky. I'm going to put him one above his competition in Pittsburgh, Kenny Pickett, and decent. I think he'll hurt you more than he helps you. I would rather have Jared Goff. I think Mr. Trubisky's closer to Jared Goff than he is Kenny Pickett. Further from Jared Goff than he is to Kenny Pickett. That's why I'm going to put him in decent. Not really a good player. Replaceable. That's the best word to describe him, honestly. Replaceable. Who's up next? Aaron Rodgers, best quarterback in the league. MVP last year. Carried the Packers to three seasons with 13 wins straight. Impressive. We saw that one game with Jordan Love, how the Packers played. I think they got shut out, I believe, last year. Aaron Rodgers is the Packers. If we're being honest, he just is the Packers, and there's no really way around that. Honestly, I think best quarterback in the league. Tyrod Taylor, trash. The three guys in decent, I would much rather have over Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor, not good. Kind of, he's a backup for a reason. Bottom tier quarterback. Was not bad in Buffalo, I must say. I didn't like playing Buffalo when we had to because of Tyrod Taylor. The dual threat was a little much, but that slowed down, I think, for him. His explosiveness worn off. I think he's more of a weird to say, more of a mental player than athletic, which is kind of odd, but I just think that Tyrod Taylor lacks the overall talent, but is still in the league because he is a very smart person. Very smart on the football field. And who's to say that that's bad? Well, I just did. I called it trash, but it's whatever. Baker Mayfield, average. Putting him above Mac Jones. I think he has the talent to be good. Slightly very good. Not great, but very good. Right now, average. In a slump. Hard to get out of it. Stuck as a backup right now in Cleveland. Might get traded to the Panthers. Should get traded to the Panthers. But, this average right now really won't help you win. Won't help you lose, though, I think. He's kind of just, right now, a game manager. With potential. With also potential. He has potential to be very good. He has the potential to crash and burn. I don't know what's going to happen with him. I think he definitely should be traded to the Panthers, though. I'm going to change this just to ... which is just so I can put the player that I'm talking about next. Jameis Winston. Well, I kind of know already, so that's dumb. Jameis Winston, I'm going to stick him good. Has the potential to be great. Not there yet. Or not there as of now, I should say. He can win you games. He can lose you games. 2021, 14 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Obviously very good. But you can't look at Jameis Winston and forget about that 2019 season with 30 interceptions. A quarterback can't be turning the ball over that much. Was his 2021 success here to stay? Was it temporary? I think it might have been a little temporary. But he has a really great team around him. Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, Marquez Callaway, Juice Landry, Alvin Kamara after his suspension. I think he's faced a 6-game suspension. I think the Saints have the talent to be a really good team. I think it's on Jameis Winston to decide if they're good or great. Or bad. But I think it's closer to good or great. Matthew Stafford. Elite quarterback. Top 5, I'd say. Came from Detroit. Won the Super Bowl. Was in the MVP conversation for a little bit. I don't think he'll get to the MVP level. I think he could fall to great this season. But outstanding player right now. Played great most of his career, honestly. Like, when you actually look at him compared to the shit that he had to deal with, he's a really great player. Next up, Josh Allen. Top 3 quarterback for me. Hate this man. So good at football. The dual threat. His arm is amazing. He fixes accuracy from the first 2 years of his career. His mobility is insane. His ability to evade is insane. He's a playmaker. He really is a special talent, and I hate him for being that, but that's just what it is. He's phenomenal. Lamar Jackson. in elite, behind Matthew Stafford. I'd rather have Matthew Stafford than Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson kind of fell off from his MVP season, I believe, in, what was that, 2019? 2020? One of those, maybe. But I don't think he's at the MVP level right now. Although I do think he's a very good quarterback, obviously. Top 10, I'd say, for sure. Just really needs to almost perfect his throne. He is a good passer, but I think he can be a lot better. Yeah, a lot better passer. And obviously his mobility is probably the best we've seen from a quarterback ever in the NFL. The only person that comes close is Michael Vick, but I think Lamar Jackson might be the all-around better tool. And he doesn't make dogs fight, so that's cool, you know. Davis Mills. I'm gonna stick him in average, behind Jared Goff. I think he has the potential to go up a few spots in average. I think he has the potential to fall down to trash. But he definitely exceeded expectations, being a third-round rookie in last year's draft, 2021. This is just... It really depends how he's going to progress with a new coaching staff. Not really a new team around him, but some new weapons, some new faces. I'm rooting for him, though. I really do like him. I think he can be a really fun quarterback, close to almost a Ryan Fitzpatrick of the league, honestly. Just, he goes places, performs well, not good enough for another contract. Goes somewhere else, performs well, not good enough for another contract. That's really what I'm looking at for him. Justin Fields, sorry. Top of decent. His team was shit last year as a rookie. They did him no favors. This year, team's still pretty shitty. Biggest addition was Byron Pringle. And Velvis Jones, they drafted. Not expecting much from him. I don't think he'll be able to escape the decent category this year. Hard to say where his ceiling is. Probably where Baker is now, honestly. I can't see him being much higher. His 2 first years are going to be awful. And I'm not sure if he's going to be able to rebound from the first 2 years. Trevor Lawrence, put him in average behind Davis Mills. Talent's there. New weapons, new head coach. Urban Meyer was his coach last year. Awful for him. His team was shit. Tim Tebow was a tight end. Just expect better things from him this coming year, I think. I think he's going to outperform last year by a lot. But not sure how high he'll go this year. I do think in his career he can reach that great to elite level. And fall down to decent maybe, but I think that he's more capable of being a top 10 player than a bust, honestly. Which is crazy to say. Malik Willis. Surprisingly, I was high on Willis coming into this year's draft. Then he fell to, the 3rd round? And looking at the situation, he's not a fan. I'm going to put him below Tyrod Taylor. I'd rather have Tyrod Taylor as my quarterback, say, if I'm starting a team right now. Just for 1 year, so age doesn't really matter. It's just about talent. It's tough. I can't see him really being a starter, like a quality starter, until 3-4 years pass. So, when he's almost done with his rookie contract. That's the timeline I see for him. It's really hard to It's really hard to rank him, honestly. I think he could get to where Justin Fields is at. I'm trying to think of a good pro comp for Malik Willis, but I just can't come up with one. He's just gonna, I think, bounce around the league, play a few spots. I almost said Kyle Orton, but that's not right. Just a guy that bounces around, honestly. He's a journeyman. Trash quarterback coming up, Drew Lock. Terrible. Won't win you games ever, I don't think. Will never really be outstanding. Could work his way up to bottom decent. Don't think so, though. Some people see the potential. I think he's... hard to say he's in a better spot, honestly, than he was in Denver. Now that he's in Seattle. Worst defense in Seattle. Less quality playmakers, I'd say. I really like the Broncos wide receivers. Their tight ends are not bad. Albert Okwuegbunam and Greg Dulcich, I honestly like them. Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon in Denver. And a better line in Denver, probably. Seattle's going to be a tough one for him, I think. I don't think he'll really do well. And I think it's going to be maybe the end of Drew Lock's NFL career. Maybe signs a backup as a practice squad player, but I can't see him going much higher. Carson Wentz, decent. He's the best and decent right now, honestly. Will probably hurt you more than he'll help you. He's just going to be a player that's there, and you're going to be like, okay, we have him on the team, but he's not going to win you championships. Might not bring you to the playoffs. I don't think he's going to bring the Commanders to the playoffs, honestly, at all. Probably around 6 wins for them, because quarterback's everything. Carson Wentz is not that. He's just not that. Next up, Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, putting in the great. Ahead of Derek Carr. Really good quarterback. Had some off-season issues with the Cardinals front office, or rumors that there were issues. Just had a hot start last year. Kind of ended a little rough. DeAndre Hopkins is out for the start of next season. Trying to... he can be elite again, but I think he also can fall into kind of just like almost like Kirk Cousins. Just like good enough, but will he win you anything? Not sure. But right now, I'll say I say he can, unless more obstructions get in his way. Sam Darnold, worst QB in the league. I've watched him every game for 3 years. Not good. Bad passer. Bad decision maker. Looks lost on the field. It hurts to say this. I really did like him. But just probably the worst quarterback on this list. It's hard to really find somewhere else to put him other than the worst. It is what it is, though. Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson comes in fast to elite. Probably, is he in the elite? No, he's not in the elite. Sorry, he's in great. Behind Justin Herbert. A lot off the field problems, 66 of them. Just had MVP talent. Don't know if he can get back up there, honestly. I don't think... It's really hard to elect a guy with 22 sexual assault cases to be an MVP, but I don't think he has that talent for that anymore. I think he's right where he is for now, and I think he's gonna stay there. Kind of be like a Phillip Rivers, just like, yeah, he's really good, has the stats, but that's about it. You don't do much with him. Trey Lance, top of decent right now. Only started 2 games. 5 touchdown passes, 2 interceptions. Good, I guess, but his competition's at the bottom of decent. It's hard to say that he'll be anything other than decent this season. I think he can, though. If he can get better this season, get better next season, I think he can be looking at close to Derek Carr and great. Desmond Ridder. I'm going to stick him in front of Jimmy G. I think he's going to outperform, if he even plays, outperform expectations with that fucking terrible Falcons team. But I think there's a chance that he can be somewhat decent. It's hard to say that with the Falcons team, honestly. Bryan Edwards, Drake London, Auden Tate, I think Olamide Zaccheaus, I don't even know. As the wide receiver corps, not good. But I feel like that's the first spot to put him. Ryan Tannehill, I'm going to stick in the top of average. I don't think he's that amazing. I think he has a pretty easy job with Derrick Henry. As the running back for him. Kind of just hands the ball off and, makes plays when he needs to. Some plays. Nothing really crazy. You won't really see Ryan Tannehill, I don't think, making crazy plays. I think it's more, if you see him in highlights, it's either him handing the ball off or him doing like a screen or something, or a slant, and just making that throw. You won't see him often. So I think he does just as good as bad, which is, I think, not a lucrative statement at all. I'm a Jets fan, so this might be a little biased. Zach Wilson put him in average. His stats lie a lot. He played a lot better in the second half of the year. Jets were awful last year. I think that's fair to say. They had a lot of injuries. But I think he can be into that great category, and I think he could dip down into the decent category. But I think right now, average, and I think he's going to go up. I can't, I'm biased. I'm a Jets fan. But I think he's going to be a special player in the league. Dak Prescott. Throwing him between Lamar and Matthew Stafford. Dak Prescott, really fun player to watch. Pretty electric with the ball in the hands. He is a playmaker. He has some great weapons around him. Head coaches have been questionable for him so far in Dallas, but I think if he wasn't in Dallas, he'd be one of everyone's favorite player because he is a really fun player to watch. And I think putting him in the top 10 isn't crazy. He does fall out of my top 6 though with this next one. Russell Wilson. Insanely smart on the football field. Great passer. Decision making is awesome. Accuracy is off the charts. He's top 7 for sure, I'd say. Hard to put him anywhere else, really. I just think new team in Denver. It's gonna be really nice for him. It's gonna turn his losing. Well, he only really lost one season. I think it's gonna show what the Broncos could be when Drew Lock is not the quarterback. Matt Corral. I stuck Matt Corral right ahead of Jimmy G. Drafted to the Panthers. I do think he could easily win the job from Sam Darnold. I do think that Sam Darnold shit. I do think Matt Corral can be a little below average. Better than Sam Darnold, at least. Could win the job. Won't ever be much in the league, though. Probably just someone who backs up a great quarterback, honestly. for his career. That's where I see him. Sam Howell, I'm gonna put him right above Matt Corral and behind Desmond Ridder. I think if Sam Howell plays at all this year, he'll have better stats than Desmond Ridder if he plays at all. But I think that Sam Howell is going to be more of a not great player. I think he's just going to be just an okay player, and that's about it this year. Not even okay. His weapons, his weapons aren't the greatest, although he does have Terry McLaurin. But I think that team could use a better quarterback to make them all better players around him, which is fair, I think. Jalen Hurts, a lot of people hate Jalen Hurts. I saw someone put Jalen Hurts as the worst quarterback in the league. Disagree. Not that great, though. Could get to where I think Jameis Winston is in the good category. Not sure how much higher I would put his ceiling. He's a player that could win you games, but more than likely lose you games, so decent's fair. Should the Eagles replace him? I think it was smart giving him one more chance this year. Really not the best quarterbacks in the draft, free agency. Deshaun Watson got traded. Don't know if I would have replaced just Jalen Hurts with Deshaun Watson because, the other issues. Moving on. Tua. I hate left-handed quarterbacks. They're gross. Could get into average, possibly good as the ceiling. Could end up in trash. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Preston Williams, Cedric Wilson. All could be guys that help push him to good. But right now, I think he's a decent quarterback. Doesn't do much for me. He kind of just sucks. He'll have some big plays, but more than likely he'll have easy passes and incompletions. It is what it is. Tom Brady, top 4 quarterback for me. Definitely the best player of all time. Still a really amazing quarterback. I think that Allen, Mahomes, and Rodgers are all better than him, but that's just because their talent is just so immense. Tom Brady's as well, and it's close between spots 2 through 4, I'd say. But he fits there. He has a great team around him, and he's a great player as well. Daniel Jones is trash. Won't win you games. Will suck always. Giants fans, some still love him. They'll realize once he's gone that he's ass. Just not good. Could be a player like Jimmy G, that he is Jimmy G basically. He has a starter role, and he just shouldn't. Next year he will be replaced by C.J. Stroud or the other Bryce Young. But right now, he's still in the league, doing trash things, I'm sure. Lastly, Marcus Mariota. I'm going to stick him right in front of Desmond Ridder. Will hurt you more than does good, but will do good sometimes. Will be a game manager for you. Will make plays sometimes. But won't ever get out of that decent category. He can be replaced. He will be replaced eventually. Him and Desmond Ridder both right next to each other, both put in a shitty situation. And I don't think either one of them is going to really perform well. But I think Desmond Ridder could show more potential than Marcus Mariota really ever. Do I really want to say ever has? Because Marcus Mariota was good that one season. I think they went 9-7, the Titans. That was years ago. But I think this is my final rankings. I like it. My top 10 being number 10, Justin Herbert. 9 being number 9, Joe Burrow. 8 being number 8, Lamar Jackson. 7, Dak Prescott. 6, Russell Wilson. That's my 6 through 10. I'm happy with that. I think their rankings fit pretty well there, honestly. Maybe Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson switch, but I like where they are, honestly. 5 goes to Matthew Stafford, 4 to Tom Brady, 3 to Josh Allen, 2 to Patrick Mahomes, and 1 to Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers is above them all. Greatest player, greatest quarterback right now. It's going to be tough to beat him, but I think that Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Tom Brady can all do it, honestly. But thanks for watching. Hope you agree with my rankings. Let me know if you don't. I love feedback. Talk shit about my rankings in the comments. I'll probably do running backs next. So if you like this type of video, subscribe, and see you soon.